Well, they are assembling in the courtroom, and again, we're waiting for live coverage to begin. Matthew, let me ask you again while we're waiting. You've said that everybody's kind of toned down the volume quite a bit, that there seemed to be no differentiation between when it was necessary to be overly aggressive as opposed to being laid back, or when a better way to shut up when you needed to shut up. Why do you suppose so? You think the input's coming in or what?
Well, as I told Cynthia before, it could be a function of many things. The client, maybe for the first time or the second time or the third time, maybe the lawyers got together and said, hey, wait a second, this isn't going the way we planned. Maybe we're, you know, picking...
But would they get together at all? Because Batchelor is not, his interests are not necessarily with Goldpaw and Walker.
Not necessarily, but they're in the same boat, and if the boat springs a leak, they all go down.
That's
now,
true. Unless
you happen to have a preserver out there. What it has been so far is Batchelor is by far the best trial lawyer of the three here. I think Mr. Walker embarrassed the hell out of himself yesterday when he was really shut up by the judge for picking on a witness that had nothing to do with anything in the case other than he wanted to beat up on somebody. Mr. Batchelor, on the other hand, suffers from, as we mentioned during the break, this isn't the gang that couldn't shoot straight, this is the gang that couldn't stop shooting. If they would just limit their points with these street witnesses, if they would just establish that the witnesses don't like the police, that there was a struggle going on, and leave it at that, they'd be fine. Now, on the other hand, they have police officers on the stand. Maybe they're being nice and they want to show respect to police officers, but I suspect it's a lot more than that. I suspect that the clients and the defense attorneys somehow got together and said, well, it ain't working by picking on everybody. Maybe we should be nice. The problem is they maybe should have used this strategy before, instead of making the prostitute a sympathetic figure, Miss Pace, and maybe they should go after these cops and say, you know, you're no better than the guys that you're testifying against. You're just trying to save your job, aren't you?
Well, let's find out, because Mr. Batchelor is continuing his cross-examination.